The day was December 26, 1996. Christmas had just ended and Boulder, Colorado was settling in for the new year. But in the wealthy suburb of Boulder, nestled among million-dollar homes and manicured lawns, a nightmare had just begun. 6-year-old JonBenét Ramsey was missing. Her mother, Patsy Ramsey, called 911. Through tearful gasps, she explained that her daughter was gone. But her husband, John Dan, had discovered a bizarre ransom note demanding $118,000, the same amount John had received as a Christmas bonus from his company. But this was no ordinary case. The police would soon find JonBenét's body in the basement of her own home, a horrifying discovery that would turn the nation upside down. JonBenét was a bright, beautiful child who seemed to have it all. She was a child beauty queen with a bright future ahead of her. But on that fateful night, someone took her life, leaving behind a mystery that has endured for nearly 3 decades. The police were faced with a crime scene unlike any other, every parent's worst nightmare. To make matters worse, the investigation was thrown into chaos when the Ramsey's friends and family were allowed to walk through the house before evidence was collected, a crucial mistake that would come back to haunt the investigation. As hours passed without little JB, as she was affectionately known, the family grew increasingly worried. The ransom note suggested their daughter was being held somewhere nearby, but provided no real clues as to her location. It was then that Patsy and John began searching the house. They looked everywhere, but it was John who made the gruesome discovery. He found his daughter lying lifeless in the basement, her small body a victim of a brutal attack. The news of her death sent shockwaves throughout the country. The charming Ramsey family torn apart by a monster who would never be caught, or would they? As detectives delved deeper into the case, they uncovered a series of strange and disturbing details. The ransom note was written on paper from inside the Ramsey home, and the amount demanded, $118,000, was the exact same amount that John Ramsey had received from his company as a Christmas bonus. This detail, along with other pieces of evidence, led some to believe that the kidnapping was staged and that the Ramseys were somehow involved. However, other evidence pointed to a different story. A window in the basement had been broken and there was unidentified male DNA on JonBenét's clothing. This suggested that an intruder may have entered the house that night. Was this a case of mistaken identity or something more sinister? For years, the Ramseys lived under a cloud of suspicion, their every move scrutinized by the media. The public was divided, some believing the parents were guilty, while others insisted they were innocent victims of a media frenzy. But in 2008, new DNA testing results provided a breakthrough. The male DNA found on JonBenét's clothes did not match either of her parents. This finally cleared the Ramseys, confirming they were not involved in their daughter's death. But it raised another question: who was the mysterious man and where was he now? The case remains open and the mystery unsolved. But over the years, many theories have emerged. Some believe JonBenét's death was a tragic accident and her parents, in a moment of panic, tried to cover it up, leading to the botched kidnapping scenario. Others insist a dangerous intruder was responsible and the case was mishandled from the start due to the media circus that quickly formed. But the truth remains hidden. As we approach the 3-decade mark since JonBenét's death, the pain felt by her family and the questions from the public remain. It's a stark reminder of a case that not only shook America, but also raised questions about media sensationalism and the relentless pursuit of a killer. The case of JonBenét Ramsey, a young girl whose life was cut short and whose death continues to haunt the minds of many,